Hi there. This is old school dating. Obviously, you can tell by my hair color. I'm not a spring chicken. I'm actually 54. And I'm on TikTok a bunch and watch a bunch of stuff and see a bunch of different ages of people and a lot of confusion. And what I wanted to bring up was sort of old school dating, the way I sort of grew up, or before my time even, versus what's now, and I don't know what now is. So, old school, the first date quite often was a guy would take a girl out and he wants to try and impress her, so take her to a restaurant, um, pick her up at home, pick her up in his car. The car's got to be clean. He needs to be clean, clean shaven, presentable, because you might see her parents. And you take her to a nice restaurant and you have dessert at the restaurant, probably. Maybe go for a walk afterwards, and then you take her home. You walk her up to her door. You don't just pull up in the car and let her get out and walk up the stairs. You stop the car and you open her door for her and walk her up to her door. And first date is you don't enter. You stay outside, give her a kiss on the cheek or something like that. Pretty old school. Um, the second date, though, um, I really think it's the girl's turn to show what she can do, which is probably a home cooked meal. Because if you're going to go long term into a relationship, you're not going to be eating out at restaurants all the time. Um, Even if you have the money, it's just not as personal as eating at home, where you don't have all these outside noises and outside distractions and people and cell phones and all that. You can put all that away and hopefully find out if on the second date that the woman is a good cook and she can, you know, use garlic, onions, and butter and put a meal together for you. And and again, old school. Just because you're eating at her place does not mean that you get into anything intimate. Um, Hopefully, she makes a dessert. You have tea or coffee afterwards, or a nice, you know, nice evening. Um, but old school is, you know, when the meal's over and you've had a good conversation, you go home. And I sort of miss those days. Um, and nowadays, myself, I'm not in the dating scene, but a lot of guys are avoiding the dating scene entirely because um, it's too confusing. There is no courting anymore. It's just jump forward. What do we like? What do we want to do? Let's boom, boom, boom. And I think a lot of us need to slow down, get to know the person. And if we're thinking long term doesn't mean immediate gratification, it means getting to know someone. So, this is my thoughts, coming from an old guy, which I'm okay with being, um, to hopefully the next generation down, because I think there's a lot of people that, a lot of women, haven't had their dad around to show them the basic old school, how to treat a girl or how a girl should be treated. Anyways, hopefully you may have gotten something from this. If just encouraged that you can take your time, I'd be happy. Anyways, I'm Brad Count, so hopefully I'll hear from you guys again. Take care.